think I favor that.
You think in favor of what's it's looking like now?
Yes. I guess it
Yeah,
also
okay.
depends on what it looks like from the side view too.
Yeah. I mean, the side view would just basically be these little dots like rolling up, and then you'd kind of see
Right.
the some of the bigger ridges. It's more like because what it could work, it could work in the sense that um the lines of these of the car like help. They're already like pre-separating these as well. So, the this is the top of the car kind of thing. Um, these big like connected ridges, and then you know we connect them down as well. We could have we could have two strips along here that are I'm just gonna change it to this color for here for argument's sake. That are like a size between the small and the and the medium. So they're like you know, just like a middle ground. So it's almost like you're gradienting the side, like the size of these kind of scales in. I also like the idea of just having a bit yellowy. I don't know why. Just that color looks a bit cool. Breaks it up a bit. Um, let's just try blocking these off. And I'm just going to draw these. I'm just going to adjust the color a little bit as smaller ones. Maybe. Kind of get again, it's all really shitty and rough, but it's just you always like start basically like I feel like all arts you just start really shitty just to get everything down right and then slowly build your way up to perfection because you don't want to spend all this time perfecting like assets when you're like realize the whole majority of the placement was a bit off. Okay. I can see that starting to work. Like it's not going to look as shitty as this. Um, but you have like I think it will be best as well to have maybe 4 or 5 of these strong ridges in the middle. I'm just going to go in and just even enlarge these bigger so I can see the difference straight up. Um, the ridges are thicker, like much thicker, bigger, and they slowly work their way down. But it'll be like a strip that goes straight up over the top. And then I think you're right. The smaller, I don't know who chatted it, didn't see, but the smaller ones can just basically be for the side. So these scales will go all the way along here, um, and they will stop here on the mouth. So the mouth will kind of be to kind of differentiate it. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there as a base. I'm not going to make it perfect yet. Um, but we're also just going to also just add in while we're here. Uh, can start to work on some of the details that I just want to kind of complete. So what I'll do is I'll open up uh, let's have a look. And still this might still the whole. thing. Bring it back in here. So we're gonna add like a little earring that's kind of connected um, to the Panthers ear. We also just want to make sure it's placed right. So on the kind of hand size as well. It might actually look this bit looks a bit weird. I think it might look a bit cool up here. It kind of hits that spot. It fills that little spot in there. Yeah, so all we can do is we're kind of already set up with this. Okay, I have to adjust it a little bit because I didn't complete it. Just gonna go like that. So it's just got a basically clipping mask over the top of it. Just gonna adjust this so it matches. And this will have to move a little bit. Okay. Now this is the shading of the earrings. So it's supposed to just symbolize it's just a liner. Okay. Now the ear here definitely needs a bit more work. So I'm just going to work on the ear next. I just want to kind of see whether we should make this a whole, like the panty a little bit different color, or we should add some like extra ridges in here just to break this up a little bit. But again, the main thing is that this whole section will be a a block purple anyway. Where we are with the ear there. Okay, I'm just gonna create a layer below, and we just start popping in a bit more different colors. So it'll be like a purple, but it'll be maybe a darker purple. We can do the whole stereotypical pink in there, but it might be too much. I'm not too sure. We'll see. Um, but I have to say thank you guys as well for helping me with this is also what I love with the community is like certain things like those placements and stuff and the colors or even just these lines on the back. It's one of those things where I'm stuck and I'm like, I could go either way, you know? And sometimes I just need that second opinion to tell me, bump me in the right direction. Actually, we might have it as the pink because if you make it a dark purple, it's a little bit too off. And we might not even need this extra ridge. Actually, we'll see. Okay. It's just with this section, I just want to add a little bit more detail in. Because the Panther, there's not like a lot going on with them. Maybe just like a dark purple, grab this purple and just drop it down a bit for now. Maybe even more. Potentially more. And the ear hair as well here. I don't know whether we should make it a darker or lighter. Okay. Also, I'm really excited today as well. I ordered a new Cintiq Wacom Pro and stand. So this is, um, yeah, when people want to know where where project funds go, it helps. You really are supporting us artists because it's something I've wanted for years, and now I actually have one. And yeah, I'm going to be using it specifically for working on the Evolved collection. So as soon as this car is done, that's basically where I'm going to be starting. Apart from doing a few other little things here and there. But I actually cannot wait to get stuck into this thing because it's like 24 inches of real estate. When we do these live draws, we should be able to actually go straight through uh, to be using Photoshop and the Cintiq. So the live draws will start to maybe look a little bit different when we're working on those. Okay, I just want to work on this ear just to see how it will look um, with a bit more shading and stuff. Just, I just want to see the difference. So I'm just going to, this color will be a bit different anyway. But we're just going to add a bit more depth in here. And I've got about 10 minutes left. But I'll try and finish this off, this ear, for the draw. Um, let's just drop this down. Shit, I know what I did there. So that's looking a bit better. I need to like get my palettes in order. It's all over the shop. Um, I know that I'm leaving. So again, you also notice as well that there's no shading on the hands, and there's no extra dimension on this stuff. It all is looking a very flat and a little bit boring. So just understand, I'm trying to make sure that we get all the hard elements down, but before I go in, because I also sometimes do that. I sometimes get ahead of myself and want to add in the fine detail, and then I end up changing things massively, and it's just kind of like to fiddle around. So I'm trying to get into the habit of not adding any detail. I just want to see what the detail will look like on this ear. Um, Pop a little bit of shading here. Now, I wasn't sure whether to, if I look at the sketch, I'm just going to bring the sketch up. Just going to duplicate it. Um, yeah, I wasn't sure whether to add like a bit of shine. Yeah, I'm just going to select, yeah. And what we can do is we can, oops, um, set up a bit of shine, then we can decide whether or not we want it. So I'll, again, ask for your guys' opinion because I know I'm going to be torn on this. But I think I'll be honest with you guys, like this whole the gator skin and color and how this was going to work. I was not 100% sure on what was the right or wrong thing, but I think with your guys' help, we got there, so that's perfect. Okay, so just going to adjust this a little bit, and we'll work on adding a bit of shine just to see whether it's going to work or not. Um, but yeah, the I'm actually itching to get, like, as much as I can't wait for this car like to be on the streets. I also want to finish this one off so I can just get stuck into um letting loose on the Evolve collection, because the whole different ball game when I'm going to be drawing directly into Photoshop and stuff like that, because I can just go really, really crazy with the amount of detail. I can add the same amount of detail with Illustrator, I guess, but as we always said, I was kind of holding back with the first collection to create a really good base image. The Evolve collections, whereas like, I can add like, little cities and stuff in their mouths and um, little creatures, and I can't wait. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so
So the next collection is going to be a mix of raster and vector elements.
yeah, so essentially like we'll be using like the base
Give too much
vector
away.
trait. Yeah, without giving too much away. Uh, Base vector traits, and then almost kind of like drawing over, uh, the the traits with just like crazy amounts of detail. So um, let me just see. Just gonna position. Okay, so um, it's a bit of like I'll just drop the opacity as well. We'll drop it to like usually I set this on like a 75. We can go down to 65 or possibly 50. But a little bit of shine, guys. What do you guys reckon? Shine on the ear?
I like it.
Do you like the shine? Okay.
Yeah, when it was just white, stark white, I was like. But now you've dropped the opacity. It looks good.
Okay, cool. Okay. I might just add in a bit more. Um, yeah, OG Silverback. Trust me, mate, you haven't seen anything yet. This is something I've been really, really looking forward to. I have to say as well, like after the obviously working on the first collection, there was it was a big task, and um a lot of like 3 a.m., 5 a.m. Sessions, but I'm quite happy how it turned out, but also kind of glad that I can wash my hands of it a little bit and just get stuck into next stuff, because I also sometimes get ahead of myself with all that stuff and I get too excited. Um, but yeah, my Cintiq just arrived, so yeah, it's gonna start the whole process again for me. But I think the best thing for me that's happened is I went away for Easter, and yeah, we've had a few days where it's just like I've been, as I think as an artist as well, sometimes I just need to walk away from it a little bit and just let the ideas percolate a bit more. But with all the plans that we have, I'm now ready to just jump straight back in and go balls to the wall. Yeah, because sometimes I feel near the end, like um the diamonds burnt me out a little bit, and as much as I loved how they turned out and I loved seeing everyone's reactions, um, I definitely needed a little break after that just to kind of recharge my, I guess, creative juices. I don't know how. Um, I only own six because I've given a lot away. Um, but yeah, I tend to snipe them so that I can do giveaways or give them to um, friends. I had friends who bought their like first ever NFTs. So I was like, look, if you buy one, um, I'll send you one. Um, uh, but it's more the artwork for you guys. So I'm just going to. Uh, Actually, no, wait. I'm just going to go like this. I just want to add a little bit more detail in here, and then we'll start to wrap things up for today. Okay. But what I might actually finish off with is I can show you a little example of how, don't take this as like this is what the Evolved collection will look like, but an example of like how my mind will think about approaching it, as a little thing to kind of finish off the day. And I'm just going to use one of my existing pieces, but I have a term that I use for when I'm doing stuff like this, and I call it like scaffolding. So I use like an image as scaffolding for the next, and it's something I really enjoy doing, which is also why I've been so like looking forward to getting stuck into this Evolved collection, because that's where I think I have a very bit crazy. Okay, I think that is starting to look a lot better. I don't know if I should jump this up a little bit to like 65 or 60. And I don't know whether to put, maybe it's too much. Shit, 1 second. What layer is that? That layer is there. Okay, pop that down.
Can we see that white, that highlight? I'm just curious if we zoom out what it looks like.
Oh, this like all the way out?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
And
okay.
what the highlight looks like on the ear with white, just pure white.
Oh yeah, okay. Also this highlight or this highlight gone? What do you guys reckon? This one, or I'll leave it for now. I think it's maybe a little too heavy. I don't know whether to go. I sometimes have a 75 or 65. That's 75. This is 65. What do you guys reckon? I know it's like
I like 65.
yeah. Okay.
Well, when you're rendering like gemstones and things like that, you want it to you'll go over the darker color with an opaque white, like, but very very thin opaque, so
Yeah.
you can
Okay.
still see the color come through, because you don't want, it's not supposed to like naturally
Yeah.
white.
Yeah. That's
Mm.
right. Okay. Okay. So I think we're starting to look pretty good. I'm just going to turn off the car. This is also car line art. So it's starting to come into play a bit more. But the main thing is I just needed these block colors done really well. The thing that I'm like a little bit still stressed about, I'm not gonna lie, is these teeth down here. I just like the idea of having these like chunky teeth, and I like the idea of it kind of going up here. But the problem is like, and this is what I was talking about to the rappers, is like if I create this graphic here, it's not like it's flat on here, but it's not gonna spin around to the front, you know? And if I just design the teeth here on the back, how does it
How you
connect
doing?
there, you know? And it's like,
Yeah,
how do we
getting
make sure
along.
that this
Busy
section,
as
for
always,
instance, like
but you know
this
how it
key
be.
section here is seamless in a sense? And I think I got a few strategies, like they seem to assure me that as long as I
Absolutely
just
know
put,
how it be, not a problem at all, mate.
but I don't know. I just want to make sure that these teeth look sick. So I'm thinking of making sure that that the teeth butt up against this seam here. And then what they would do is they create like two stickers. So one in the front, and then the other one kind of gets cut along here. Uh, okay. So what I'll do,
Should just be the console for now, I think.
oh, wait, you got an iPad Pro? Yeah. iPad Pro is amazing. Like I only recently bought the iPad Pro last November for Procreate, but Procreate is such an intuitive drawing tool, and it's
Excellent.
really good. I use Procreate for
Well, the
all the
resolve
sketching for the
upgrade
whole
will
collection,
definitely
and
have
then I just
helped.
would
Did
vectorize in
something end up
Illustrator
being discovered that
to
was
make it really clean.
an issue with
But
AD, or
yeah, Illustrator is one of those things as well. I'll be honest with you, it's like it was something that I grew up using Photoshop, and I never touched Illustrator. I thought it was a glorified pen tool. But when I worked for this publishing company, I used to draw pictures for school books. That's all they used is Illustrator, and I kind of
I
when I
can
got hired, I had to really
indeed.
learn it.
So,
And now I have so much respect for it,
mhm.
and I really love it. It's such a cool program. It can be a bit annoying to start with, I think, but yeah, it's pretty good. And what I'm gonna do is just to finish off,
That's a lot of human
guys,
Packard's
I'm going to
considering the
show
rest
you
of things
just
you've
a
got.
little bit
Yeah.
of where I guess, and yeah, don't think this is exactly how it's going to look, but I'm just going to show you my idea of what I call kind of like scaffolding. So,
Mm.
uh, um, we'll grab this one, which is the biggest. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is something I drew like years ago, mucking around. So
Mm.
I don't know if you guys can see in there, but you guys know who that is.
No, but you should be
There's a
able to
person in
bulk edit
there. It's not
properties.
me, by
If
the way,
you hit the tick at the top, it should let you edit properties on
but
all of them
it's a very
simultaneously.
picture of someone. I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to match
Hmm.
them up. Okay. I think that's a good version of it. Okay, we'll grab this one. Okay, anyone, any idea who that is? Who's sitting in here before I reveal? If you've already seen this before, don't tell me. But
Generally,
no
yeah.
idea.
I
Can
mean,
you guys see someone in there? I know it's like pretty
essentially,
covered.
all Polar is doing
Um,
is sending a specific
Yeah,
but
I can see somebody. I
request
don't
for
know who it is
information
though.
either via
Is that
yeah,
SNMP
that's
an
all
or
right.
via
illustrator you did that?
WMI, depending on what's involved in
This was
SNMP.
actually pen and paper.
Um,
So this
Oh,
is
so
like
that's the
this
thing.
is
If
pen
you
and paper, and
build
then
like a
it's why if you go in,
UNDP, that
it's
is
like
essentially the
craggly.
equivalent of a single
But I
standalone Polar,
basically
but that's essentially all they are.
used
It's
to
just a
sketch it on
service
paper.
that
This is
is
an A4
saying
piece of
give me
paper,
this
then
data.
like fine liner, and then you just bring it into Photoshop and just you adjust the levels so you get like the dark outlines, and then it's just a matter of magic wand
Yes.
and coloring everything in.
I mean, it's still better than doing them one by one.
Um, but okay, big reveal, guys. It's Audrey Hepburn.
I was
Um,
gonna say Sophia Loren, but
hey, okay. Similar era. So I'm just gonna try and place it over. Um, so it should be
I mean, we could just stop it and
like
refresh it and do
this.
it on a couple.
Actually, wait, I should gonna cut the layout. Let's just try and get it right so I can do the shifty thing where shifting is a little bit off. It needs to go down a bit. Have a look. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh, yeah, so um yeah, so you can see basically
Could
with
just run a
this
rediscovery.
like I
Or did that not do
started
it?
with the like a photo of her on like a really low opacity paper, and then I just went in and just I use it as scaffolding, so the shapes I just draw a heap of shit coming out
Possibly.
and
It
just
might be worth
embed
just
like
closing that off and
little
a fresh one.
characters, and
Just so
I
the
mean this is a bit of
details will just do.
it's a bit older, so I hope my style's evolved a bit, but it's just crazy stuff.
using
that stuff coming out of her eye.
Why?
This is her cigarette. But yeah, kind of imagine a little bit like using that can be an example where it's like you know, you will have the pad as scaffolding, and that's where you're gonna have like, you know, little characters
Yes,
creeping
it does do
in
that.
and tendrils coming out and mushrooms popping up and all that kind of stuff. So um it's definitely gonna be an evolved collection in my style, but I'm
Yes.
just I just can't wait to get cracked into that stuff. So I thought I'd just kind of show you how my mind works with this kind of stuff.
Have you considered getting Firefox?
But other than that, guys, I think we're
Always
just
the way
about an hour,
NHS, I know where
so
I'd be.
I think that's about it. So I will hopefully have
Government,
this
sorry, not NHS.
by tomorrow. And then um I'll have
I
the
mean,
pictures
Edge is
up
probably still better than Internet Explorer at this
in
point, to
the
be honest. Like,
in the
Internet
chat.
Explorer is straight up just there's
But
stuff that
to be
doesn't
honest with you,
work.
like this will probably get wrapped like very soon. I think the race is on the 7th. Is that right, Spicy? I think the race is on the 7th of May. I'm pretty sure. So we need to.
Right,
It needs
right.
to be like
We should
finalized by
have vendor
this
as an option.
Saturday.
Just Control F for
So
vendor,
it's
I
why I
know.
also wanted to make sure that it's all kind of done. But I think it's going to look pretty damn
Thank God it's
cool.
Internet Explorer. It's not even a separate
And
box. Yeah, it's just a bar in the
and I
top
have to
left.
say again, thank you guys for the help. Um,
Nope, that's a search. Another one.
yeah, you guys don't realize
Goodness,
how much
fantastic.
that
Bing
input
search
actually
result.
helps me, because it's stuff like
Oh,
that
she's
that I'm just always
fantastic.
on the
Okay,
fence with,
that's
and now I actually have a
not
community that can help me out. So
massively
yeah,
helpful.
I really appreciate it. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a amazing day, and I'm looking forward to the next one. It was fun to do this one again.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
No worries, guys. I'll see you guys soon.